Here I am on a Tuesday evening back at Bourneville setting up for my pregnancy class. It's just gone 6:30 and it's getting dark already, which shows that we're really on the way to autumn. I just thought I'd do a quick post on some day-to-day things to be aware of during your pregnancy, particularly for those of you lovely ladies who are experiencing pelvic pain. PGP or pelvic girdle pain is fairly common during pregnancy. It's nothing to be overly concerned about and it does generally disappear once your baby has been born. But there are lots of day-to-day things that you can be aware of to try to alleviate that pain. And it's also important to try and strengthen all the joints around your back. That includes your lower back and also your pelvic floor. What you need to be very careful of is lifting and moving objects. So you should try to avoid lifting anything heavy during any pregnancy, particularly if you are being affected with pelvic girdle pain. As and when you do lift anything that's light, try to think about engaging your pelvic floor muscles, using your leg muscles, so lifting from your legs rather than from just your back. Also be careful about walking or striding. Try to walk with smaller steps. Don't take big, huge strides, so don't overstretch in the hip and the pelvis area. Keep your steps nice and small. Be careful walking upstairs. You might find that towards the end of your pregnancy, you get to the point where you're having to take stairs one step at a time. It's not very elegant, and it means that it's going to take you longer to get from A to B, but it's going to protect that pelvis and help to keep any pain you're experiencing to a minimum. It's also a great excuse for taking the lift. So if there's one time in your life when taking the lift is acceptable, it's during your pregnancy, particularly if you are suffering from pelvic girdle pain. In many ladies, the pain can feel slightly more severe first thing in the morning. That's generally because you've been lying down in bed, very static, so there hasn't been much mobility in your hips and pelvis at night. When you wake up and move slowly. So be very aware of how your body feels first thing in the morning. Try to roll over with both of your legs together. Bring yourself into a seated position, keeping your legs and your knees together, and then very slowly standing, taking some more small steps. Don't sit up in bed and swing one leg around followed by the other very quickly, because that's going to exacerbate the pain that you're feeling. The same applies when you're getting in and out of the car. A quick tip is to put a plastic carrier bag on the seat of the car. Sit down with your legs out of the car and then swing both of your legs around together so that you're facing the steering wheel or the front of the car, whether you're a passenger. Then remove the plastic bag. Health and safety warning, if the car brakes and you're still sitting on a plastic bag, you're likely to shoot forwards. So just shuffle and move the plastic bag from underneath your bottom. You can put it back again or just try to swing your legs out to get out of the car. So there's lots of day-to-day things to be aware of. Keep your stride nice and small. Be careful standing up. Try not to take your legs too far apart. That's what got you where you are now. And I mean that in the nicest sense of that phrase. And just look after yourself. Be conscious of how you're holding things or carrying things. Try not to misalign your pelvis too much. So we often all carry bags on one shoulder. We end up slightly wonky. Our hips and pelvis end out of line. And that just affects all of our movement. It affects pain down into our legs, right the way through to our feet, in our lower backs as well. So be very aware of how you're standing. Stand tall and straight. Keep your pelvis very, very strong. It's not the time to start trying the splits, Irish dancing, or anything exciting like that. During your pregnancy is a time to look after yourself and your babies. Believe me, there's plenty of time postnatally to recover. So take it very, very easy. Look after yourself. Chat to your midwife. Some midwives will allow you to have support belts. They can really help lots of ladies with pelvic girdle pain. Just help to support your bump, just to take any added weight off your pelvis. Of course, there's yoga postures, strengthening exercises that you can do, but please make sure you receive proper advice before practicing any of those. I hope those hints help. Be kind, be gentle to yourself. Remember the fantastic job that your amazing body is doing, and sometimes it just needs a little extra help with that journey.